This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Good evening and welcome to Las Cruces. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 1230, 101.9, and we're ready for Tiger basketball. Charles Winnick here with you from Mayfield High School. The Tigers and the Trojans getting ready to face off. The JV game still finishing up here. There's about a minute left. It's another close one for the Tiger JV as it's 67-62, Alamogordo in front. Mayfield's getting ready to go to the free throw line. So probably a 7:30-ish tip-off, maybe a little bit before that, depending on if we finish this one in regulation. Because it nearly went to overtime against Oregon Mountain on Friday. It did go to overtime. Go to 2 overtimes against Centennial? I feel like there were, maybe it was just one. I don't know. Seemed like it was 2 for some reason. But anyhow, Alamo does have a 5-point lead. We'll see if they can finish it off, and then we'll get into warm-ups for the varsity game tonight. Alamogordo coming off a big win over Oregon Mountain on Friday as they won 77-73 and improved to 1-1 in district, 14-4 overall. Mayfield, meanwhile, 0-2 in district play with games last week as Mayfield makes a 3 and makes it a 2-point game here on the JV side. Alamogordo trying to hold on. Mayfield 11-7 overall, 0-2 in district. They lost to Cruces 61-39 and to Centennial 51-46 as the Alamo JV turned the ball over on their ensuing possession. And we'll look at Mayfield's full schedule for you guys here in just a little bit as they've played a tough schedule. As I feel like most of the teams in the district have played a good non-district schedule. And, this district, I think among Alamo, Mayfield, Centennial, and Oregon Mountain is going to be just an absolute battle over the next few weeks to see who finishes in second. Maybe somebody's in there to give a little bit of trouble to the Las Cruces Bulldogs. We'll see. And we had a whistle after a rebound for Alamogordo with 21.8 seconds remaining. I'm guessing there was a little bit of extracurricular going on between one of the Alamo players and one of the Mayfield players. So we're close to finishing up junior varsity. With varsity, see the Tigers standing in the tunnel on the opposite side. We're on the upper level here on the home side of the court as Tigers turned it over, and then Mayfield turns it back over. And then we've got a whistle. Well, I'm sorry, I got quiet. I was watching what was going on here. One of the officials allowed Mayfield to call timeout when the Mayfield player didn't have possession of it. The other official came in and overruled him and changed it to a jump ball. The jump ball gives it to Mayfield, so it ends up being a positive overall for them. So I don't know. I guess you can argue that Mayfield had the ball prior to, or when called the timeout. So yeah, I think there's a disagreement between the officials out there. Don't see that a whole lot often there. So anyway, varsity's coming up for you here in just a little while as the Tigers will face off against the Mayfield Trojans. And I think Alamo got what they needed out of last week, which is the home win. It would be big for them to be able to get a road win here tonight because Friday is going to be a super tough challenge especially with the size that Las Cruces has. And we've seen Alamo struggle a little bit in the last few games defensively against teams with, not even like overwhelming size, but some size. Tigers have had some challenges with that, so we'll obviously get a real good look at that on Friday because Cruces is big, which they always seem to get the really big players in Las Cruces. Seems to work out that way for some reason, but is what it is. About 10 seconds left here with Mayfield with the basketball as they try to either tie or send this game to overtime. And we've got a whistle and a blocking foul on one of the Tigers. That was, I don't know, soft I think would be the word I would describe. So Mayfield's got to make 2 free throws to send this to overtime with 2.2 seconds left. JV is going on right now. So we'll see if they are able to make the free throws and force an extra period. First one's down. Probably their best JV player just from watching the game. I've seen about 2.5 quarters of it. He's probably their best player. And so one more free throw coming up here for the Mayfield JV. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Maybe extended here if he makes the free throw. He does not. Alamo's got the rebound. And I think the time's going to run out prior to... I can't imagine they're going to add any time here. Are they? Okay, they're going to call it. There wouldn't have been any time for them to do anything with it, so 67-66 as Alamogordo Junior Varsity gets the win over the Mayfield Junior Varsity. So the warm-up's getting ready to start here for the Tigers as the JV heads to the locker room, excited to grab the win. And we'll see if the varsity can follow that up with a victory as well. Like I said, I think we're going to see a tight matchup. I will say Mayfield doesn't have a ton of size, so that's something that maybe doesn't affect Alamogordo, but we'll see how Alamo defends the post. I've seen over the years Mayfield's got guys that are in that 6'3", 6'4" range that really work well underneath as they take the floor. We're just going to do 10 minutes, it looks like, for the warm-up. So we'll go ahead and take a break and come back here on the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle,
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at OteroFCU.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Las Cruces. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Tigers are facing off here against the Mayfield Trojans as they get ready for district game number 3. Let's look at this Mayfield team. They sit at 11-7 and 0-2 in district. So as much as I talk about Alamogordo really wanting to get a win here, Mayfield is maybe in more dire straits that they have to get a win this week. And at Cruces, home against Centennial in their 2 district games so far. They opened up the year with a win over Del Valle, 66-43. And Del Valle is struggling this year. They're 4-22. Beat Sandia, 79-73. Sandia's solid. That's a good basketball team. Probably at least going to be in the playoff discussion. I want to say they're about in the same area where Alamogordo is in the rankings. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. They're all the way up at 8, actually. So that's a nice win for Mayfield this season over Sandia. They beat Rio Grande. Oh, thank you. They beat Rio Grande 51-46, the final. Rio Grande's not having a good season this year. It's unusual. Rio Grande boys are usually pretty good, but they're 2-15 this year. But a close win for Mayfield there. Both teams have beaten Albuquerque Academy. Alamo, a little bit more comfortable win, but doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Mayfield got the win as well. Mayfield also has a win over Clovis, 57-52. Alamo won about the same 5 to 10 point game. They do have a win over Centennial, interestingly, in their non-district. However, a loss to Hobbs, 63-57. Pretty good. Again, Hobbs is one of the better teams in the state. Top 10, top 15 team for sure. And then they also beat Espanola Valley. Did that actually at Alamogordo. Win over Holy Cross Catholic Academy out of Amarillo, Texas. Yes, I had to look that up. I didn't know off the top of my head. A win over Parkland, 67-55. They lost to Farmington, 58-38. Farmington boys are having a really good season this year. And then in the new year, beat up on Deming, 60-20. Lost to Da Vinci Academy, 72-57. Beat Roswell, 68-63, another common opponent. Both teams have lost to Carlsbad. Edge Silver, 59-53. And then, as I mentioned, losses to Cruces and Centennial. There's really nothing that you can look at there that is going to make you feel any different about, this is going to be a close matchup. You just have to assume between these two teams tonight. So we'll see if there's anything out of the ordinary. But, Alamo looks like they've got their full roster going into tonight. And for Alamogordo, I think the things that have affected them defensively, just being sound throughout the entire game. And, they go through these runs where they're just not as strong. And a lot of times it's when they do well offensively, they jump out and grab a lead, score 6, 5, 7, 9 straight points or something. And the other team calls a timeout, and then the game flips on its head. So, the ability to be able to continue that run or at least not let the other team make some inroads on you. We saw that against Oregon Mountain. We saw that against Portales. We've seen it a few other times this year. I think Alamo's played with the lead pretty good this season, but maybe could have had themselves a couple more comfortable wins if that doesn't happen. Rebounding is a big thing as well for the Tigers. not giving the other team as many extra opportunities. Felt like against Centennial, it was almost always one and done for Alamogordo, whereas Centennial had multiple opportunities. The Oregon Mountain game, I think that was a little bit better for Alamo, but offensively, it's hard to find too many things to, criticize. It's been a really good offensive team this year. If they can get the defense going for themselves, this is a group that, has the ability to really start to hit their stride here at the most important part of the season. But there's obviously a lot to be said about making that work. And so, it'll be something to watch tonight. I think, again, this is going to be another one of those nip and tuck games where, the avoiding turnovers, getting your defensive rebounds. Something else I would say as well for Alamogordo is composure. Unfortunately, Tigers have seen technical fouls, and I think the composure goes not only for the players but also on the Alamogordo bench, that they've got to be, got to toe the line a little bit better when it comes to the officials, and not pick up technicals that can hurt your team. So far in the games where Alamo's picked up techs, I think they've won most of those games, but one of those things that it will come at an inopportune time. And I understand frustration. You feel like something's a foul, something's not a foul. There's a missed call here or there. Those things are going to happen. But and I think the coaching staff knows that. I think the players are aware of that as well. And just gotta find a way to not let the frustration get the better of you out there. So that'll be something that we'll obviously see as this game progresses, is Alamogordo's ability to not let those kind of things affect them. And it hasn't been a huge problem this year, but it's one of those that we've seen creep up here in the last few weeks. The Los Lunas game, we saw it in the Oregon Mountains. It was 2 straight weeks where there was, that kind of deal happening. So this is a very physical district. This is a very tight district. All the games are going to be close. So, the intensity and the pressure is going to continue to be up there, you'd have to think. All right, the warm-up clock is almost timed out, and we're about ready for the national anthem and for tonight's tip-off, and we're going to go ahead and take a break. So thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, and we'll return with the start of tonight's game between the Alamogordo Tigers and the Mayfield Trojans here from Las Cruces. Stay right here with us.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at OteroFCU.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all else subject to credit approval.
Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. As the Mayfield's starting lineup's about to be announced. They already announced the Tigers, and no surprises. Julian Favela, the junior, wearing number 0. Will Bynum, sophomore, wearing number 1. Jaden Hernandez, sophomore, wearing number 3. Aaron Herrera, the 5'11 junior, wearing number 10. And Ethan Grinder, number 33, the senior. They've got a laser show going on. Nice setup, and then they also have a video that they're playing as well. Cool deal that they've got set up. I don't remember where it was, but basically it projected onto the court, and I'm not, somewhere around the country. Probably one of the cooler things I said. Now, I don't know how expensive a system like that is, but the reserves being announced right now for the Mayfield Trojans. Tigers, by the way, in the road blacks with gold numerals, white outlining, Alamogordo in cursive on the front. Of course, the tops have stripes in gold and white on the shoulders, and the shorts on the bottom, stripes in gold and white as well. As the reserves continue to be announced, and the starters getting ready to be announced for the Mayfield Trojans. Number 5, Corey Patterson, a 5'6 senior. Hector Gallegos, a 5'11 junior. Number 12, getting the start tonight as well. And I believe Christian Covarrubia, number 21, a 6-foot junior, is also getting the start tonight. And number 23, Fernando Corona, a 6'1" senior. And then we'll get the final one for you here in just a bit. Mayfield's in their home whites with green lettering and numerals outlined in yellow. Mayfield in cursive on the front of their uniforms. Fortunately for the Lady Tigers, they're having a tough time against Mayfield at home. 28-4 is the score at half. And the final starter for the Mayfield boys, Homer Walsh, 6-foot junior, wearing number 33. And we're ready to go now. Alamogordo right to left here in the first half, and Mayfield goes left to right. Pretty familiar looking officiating crew, guys that we see here in Cruces and in Alamogordo. Coaches for Alamogordo, of course, James Bowman, Mike Richards, Jonathan Lucero, and Colton Anderson. For Mayfield, Ben Trujillo, the head coach, and he's assisted by Josiah Herrera, Curtis Flores, Terrelyn Trujillo, and Terrence Mirabal. And so into the center circle, go the opposite numbers of each other, as Walsh and Grinder will tip it off in the center as the ball's in the air, and it's controlled by Ethan. He gets it back to Favela, who gives it to Jaden. Jaden, with one finger in the air, comes across the midcourt line, dishes it to his left to Bynum, finds Grinder out at the top of the key. Man-to-man defense for Mayfield. At the right wing with it, it is Hernandez, who finds Herrera top of the key, puts up a 3. That's no good. Grinder's got the rebound, dishes it outside. Herrera with the basketball, and he is trying to weave and finds his way to the basket and gets the lay-in. Was kind of moving in traffic at the top of the key and then went left of the lane and puts it up and in. Mayfield quickly pushes the other way, all the way to the basket. Shot no good, and the rebound is grabbed by the Trojans, and the shot is up and good from Hector Gallegos. Tigers able to break some pressure in the backcourt. Will fire up a left wing three. That's no good. Rebound is going out of bounds. It's saved by Grinder, but it'll go right to Walsh. Walsh will push it up the floor for Mayfield. Walsh gets the free throw line, kicks it out to the corner. Three on the way is no good. Hernandez able to secure the rebound in the low post on the right side. Hernandez finds Bynum, right corner, wide open for three, no good. Rebound, Grinder had his hands on it, but it's tipped away. Walsh coming up the floor, has the ball tipped away from him, and it gets to Hernandez. Hernandez attacking to the basket, tries to lay it up and in. Shot's no good. Foul called, I assume in the act of shooting, as Walsh gets called for the first. And it is, so Jaden Hernandez will go to the line to shoot two. So far, Alamo's given themselves some extra chances on the offensive end, but haven't really paid it off. A little cold to shooting over the first minute 20. 6:40 to go in the first as Hernandez makes the first, and it's 3-2 Alamogordo on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And one more for the Tigers sophomore. He misses on the second. Rebound grabbed by Walsh. And Walsh will give it to his left. Patterson to the top of the key. Goes to the corner. A drive from the corner, but losing the handle on the basketball. And out of bounds, Corona. And now the officials are going to talk it over. They said it was off of Alamo. I thought that he kicked the ball out of bounds. So we'll see what they say. Yeah, they changed it up. So one of the other officials came in, talked it over, and that was my first reaction from up here. Those guys are a lot closer. So as Favela gets the inbounds, gives it right back to Jaden Hernandez. Hernandez gets about to the midcourt line, then passes it cross court to Bynum. Bynum double teamed. Goes to Hernandez. And they tried to get past a Grinder. It was deflected. Ethan wasn't super aggressive to get to the pass, and it was stolen away. And Mayfield the other way with Homer Walsh. Tigers coming up the court, almost turn it over again as Favela gets to the baseline, and he is being double teamed, and he is going to be fouled. They call the foul on Corey Patterson. It's his first. 4-3 Mayfield, 6:07 to go first quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And something on the floor that they seem to be checking. I don't know if there's some water or something else going on. I think. I'm a little unsure on what's going on. And so needing something here as, I don't know if this is a custodian or who it is, but there isn't any effort to move very quickly here from the person. I think they need some kind of mop is what they're asking for. No, it's a broom that they're looking for. I don't know. I honestly can't see anything up here. It's on the far sideline. There was some kind of debris on the floor, so it wasn't liquid. Just some kind of dirt, I guess. Maybe they needed to. I mean, fans are always walking right along the floor, and popcorn or a million other things could be. So looks like that they've got it cleaned up, and I'm guessing it was a student AT that they asked to do that. So I think she came out initially with a glove. Anyway, we're ready to go. Jaden Hernandez at the baseline to inbounds and tried to get it to Favela. It's going to be deflected back out of bounds by Fernando Corona. And another inbounds for the Tigers. 6:06 to go in the first. Hernandez trying to get it to Grinder, and a lot of trouble to get it to him. Now we got a tie ball. And I believe possession arrow goes to Mayfield. So far, Mayfield's defense has been a little bit of a problem for Alamogordo. When coming up the floor, and we saw in the inbounds there, Tigers are really having trouble getting that in. As into the front court with it comes Patterson for Mayfield. 5:54 to go in the first. Walsh, top of the key, gives it up to the right wing. Covarrubia back to Walsh, who has it in the left corner. Try to set a screen there, and Walsh will bring it back outside to Gallegos. Gallegos goes to the corner, and a nice bounce pass cutting was Covarrubia, but the ball gets knocked away, and Alamogordo comes the other direction with the basketball. Over to the corner, Herrera's got it. And then Herrera tried a no-look pass that was off the mark, and Patterson comes the other way with it. Patterson attacking the basket, stops, kicks it back out. Covarrubia in the corner. He's cut off by Bynum. Patterson, now Walsh. Walsh lost the handle, then gives it back outside to Patterson. Neither offense looking especially sharp here over the first few minutes. Covarrubia in the right corner finds Walsh. Walsh working along the baseline. They work it around the perimeter now, and the ball goes out to Walsh in the left corner. He fires up a three. It's no good. Grinder's got the rebound. Gives it to Hernandez. Hernandez finds Bynum. Bynum all the way to the basket. Shot's no good. Here comes Mayfield into the front court. Corona with the basketball, and he gives it to Patterson. 4:42 to go first quarter. And a bit of a slow start on both sides. Both teams with some point-blank looks that didn't fall. We got a foul. They're going to call a block on Aaron Herrera. 4:34 to go in the first. Aaron picks up his first. As the inbounds goes to Patterson. Gets a screen out top from Walsh. He's cut off and gives it to Covarrubia. Corona driving right of the lane. He gets cut off by Hernandez. Now it's Walsh. Walsh with a little bit of push off, then puts the shot up and in. So Walsh with his second bucket. Here comes Alamogordo. Favela to the top of the key. Favela down to the corner. Herrera had a little trouble gathering the basketball. Goes up with a tough shot right of the lane. Rebound here from Grinder, and his putback is up and in. Ethan with his first points. 6-5 now as Patterson brings in the front court, guarded by Hernandez. Man-to-man defense for Alamogordo. As the ball comes to the right wing, now off to the top of the key. Patterson gets it back to the left wing. Corona, top of the key. They give it to Gallegos. And then a good feed is he finds Corona cutting left of the lane, and he gets the lay-in. Tigers into the front court quickly here with Favela. Julian gets a screen from Grinder, then backs it out. 3:30 to go in the first. Tigers trailing 8-5. Hernandez drives the lane, kicks it out left corner. Three on the way from Favela, no good. Rebound is grabbed by Bynum. Bynum give it back outside to Herrera at the top of the key. Herrera goes to Grinder. Grinder back outside to Bynum. Bynum will find Favela. Favela working baseline. Tries to put a shot up. That's no good. And then Walsh and Grinder are tied up. Jump ball, and Alamogordo is going to keep it on this side. That was well done by Ethan. Tigers bring in Nate Best. Also, Jacob Ochoa. Herrera, Favela, and Hernandez stay on the floor for the Tigers. As Hernandez will inbound at the baseline. Give it to Favela. He spins in the lane, goes up, can't finish. Trying to fight for his own rebound, but it is pulled away from him by Covarrubia. Trojans quickly in the front court. Corona fires a three, and he puts it in. Now the Tigers continue their slow offensive start, and they have a bad turnover as Ochoa passed it to Herrera, who's right at the base or the midcourt line, and dribbled it out of bounds on the far sideline. Sub for Mayfield, Braden Rodriguez comes into the game for Homer Walsh. They also checked in Gabriel Herrera. Corona to inbound far sideline for Mayfield. 2:47 to go in the first. Tigers trailing 11-5. And over in the corner and then back outside. Patterson with the basketball. Alamo's gone to a zone. Here's Corona into the lane. Goes with the push shot. And it rolls on the rim. Doesn't go in. Rodriguez, though, able to grab the rebound. His pass, though, stolen away. The Tigers, though, are going to lose it back. And here's Patterson with the basketball. Patterson Gets into the lane, goes up with the shot. Offensive foul as Herrera draws the charge. So Patterson picks up the foul, and I.T. Williams going to come into the game for Mayfield. Rodriguez also checks out of the game, as looks like they brought back Gallegos. Herrera and Hernandez in the backcourt. Herrera still with it. Tried to get it to Hernandez. Ball's deflected away. And the layup is up and in. Some bad turnovers here from the Tigers. 13-5 they trail. As they're off to a slow start, and they will almost turn it over again, as Mayfield's defense has been causing them some problems. Matthew Granados going to come into the game, and it will be for Aaron Herrera. 2 minutes even to go in the first quarter. Tigers trailing 13-5. Best will inbound at the near sideline and give it to Granados. Man-to-man defense for Mayfield. Hernandez has got the ball, right wing extended. Now top of the key, it's Best. Give it up to Ochoa. Ochoa to Favela. Now Best at the left wing. Find Hernandez, the baseline. Jump shot is up, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Mayfield. Other way they go. As Corona to the top of the key. Gives it back outside. And in the hands of Herrera. They go to Corona at the right elbow. He works to the left elbow, out to the corner. 3 on the way. That's too strong. And a foul going to be called on the rebound, as Granados was trying to box out Gallegos. It looked like Gallegos pulled him down. 4-team foul, so Almo's in the bonus for the final 126 of the first. They need a bucket here to fall. As the inbounds to Ochoa, then back to Hernandez. Back to Ochoa. Favela. And the Tigers able to break the pressure nicely, and Granados will get the lay-in. That's probably the best the Tigers have done that all game. Driving the lane and losing the basketball is Herrera, and it's Granados with it. Granados in the backcourt, double-teamed, in some trouble, looking for someone to get it to. Has the ball knocked away. Timeout going to be called by Coach Bowman with 57.5 seconds to go. And so the Tigers will keep possession. We'll take a break. 13-7. Tigers are trailing on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, and we'll be right back.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Tigers 13-7 trailing with the basketball at the timeout. Hernandez left wing 3, no good. And the rebound is pulled in by the Trojans. Other way, Herrera has the basketball. He gives it up to Corona and then gives it right back to Herrera. Walsh back on the floor for Mayfield. Out of the timeouts. Walsh gets it left in the lane, goes up with the shot high off the glass, no good. Rebound grabbed by the Trojans, and a putback attempt, no good. And then a on the rebound called on Walsh. I believe it's going to be his second. And I think Alamogordo shooting here, right, is on the rebound. Yeah, so it'll be 2 free throws. Sub for Mayfield, a couple of guys. I think the question is, who's shooting there? Favela? Yeah, it looks like Julian shooting. Now the officials were paying attention, because I know I wasn't seeing who exactly it was, but. So Favela will shoot 2. Tigers 1 of 2 at the line. And Favela makes the first. And one more for Julian. Misses on the second. Rebound grab by Mayfield. They lead by 5 with the basketball and bring it into the front court, as Gallegos will give it up and give it to Covarrubia. To Herrera. Granados comes out on him. 15 seconds remaining. Got to be getting now, almost 5 seconds closely guarded. And here's a steal by the Tigers. Oh, they would have rather had the whistle not blow there. Favela drew the charge as Herrera got into the lane and ran him over as he passed it. But Alamo would have rather, we can't play advantage or anything like we do in soccer, because Jaden would have had a wide open run to the bucket, I think. 7 seconds left. Here he comes. Jaden with the basketball. Cross-court pass finds Ochoa. 3 on the way. No good. And that'll end 1. I think overall Alamo should be okay with the fact they're only down by 5. They really struggled offensively in that first quarter. They'll try to gather themselves and see if they can get it going in the second. Down 13-8 after 1 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. We'll be right back here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at oterofcu.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Start of the second quarter, Mayfield basketball, 13-8. They lead the Alamogordo Tigers on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. Ochoa, Bynum, Hernandez, Grinder, and Favela on the floor. Tigers switching up to an extended zone now and almost forced a turnover and instead commit a foul as Walsh got the ball on a save by Patterson, and Ochoa came in late and contacted him. And so that'll be the first team foul in Alamogordo. First on Ochoa. And a far sideline inbounds for the Trojans. Corona to inbound to Patterson. Will take it in the backcourt. And Patterson will bring it across the timeline. Patterson goes inside, quickly back outside. Walsh driving right in the lane. Feeds it back in the middle of the lane. Walsh trying to save it as Patterson went back to him. Or I should say Gallegos went back to him. And Walsh stepped on the inline. 7:33 to go in the second. Tigers in the backcourt. Hernandez goes to Bynum. Bynum will bring it across the timeline where he's double teamed. Finds Favela. Left wing will fire up a three. No good. Hernandez gets to the rebound, is going to be fouled. I don't think they'll give him in the act of shooting, but Alamogordo will keep the possession. Split a couple of defenders and came in and grabbed that. Yeah, it's been, I tell you what, and it's not like the Tigers are barely missing shots. I mean, it's been tough. Grinder gets the inbounds and goes high off the glass and finishes from the low block. Mayfield quickly off the inbounds. Right corner three on the way is no good from Covarrubia, and Alamogordo grabs the rebound. 13-10 as Bynum's got it at midcourt. Cross-court pass trying to get it to Favela, but it was off the mark and out of bounds it goes. Ethan leading the team with 4. Aaron Herrera's got 2. Matthew Granados has got 2. Favela and Hernandez each with 1. Corona with 5 for Mayfield, 2 for Covarrubia, 2 for Gallegos, 4 for Walsh. Ball in the backcourt with Patterson. He'll give it up to Gallegos. Gallegos, yeah, I was going to say he double dribbled. It was a little bit of a slow reaction from the official, but he got the ball and dribbled and then stopped, and then he started to dribble again. So both teams with sloppy turnovers in this game, just unforced in a lot of ways. Sub for Mayfield as Gallegos will come out, and they'll bring Gabriel Herrera back into the game. Ochoa will inbound to Hernandez. Jaden will give it up to Ethan. Back to Jaden at the left wing. Jaden finds Favela, who works his way to the baseline. And he contacts Walsh, and Walsh draws the charge and a foul on Julian. And good job by Walsh getting into position, and Favela would have been better suited to stop and just go up with the short jump shot, but put the shoulder into him and knocked him over. Herrera, now Patterson. Patterson looking to drive, gets inside, gives it to Herrera. Herrera now to Walsh. Walsh will put up a shot from the front of the free throw line, no good. Another opportunity, that's no good. This time Bynum's got the rebound. Bynum in the backcourt, looking for some help, finds Ochoa. Ochoa throws it right to a Mayfield player as Corona's got it at the top of the key, gives it to Patterson. Patterson works the lane, goes up with the shot, and puts it up and in. Tigers have really had trouble with this Mayfield press. And bringing it to the front court, Hernandez trying to get it to Ochoa, gets it deflected out of bounds. Alamogordo keeps possession. Hernandez will inbound at the near sideline for Alamo. 6:08 to go in the second. Tigers down 15-10. Ochoa, right wing extended, has the basketball. Couple of ball fakes. Now he dribbles to the top of the key. Man-to-man defense. Finds Hernandez, right wing extended. Bynum. Now Ochoa, left wing. He'll fire up a three. No good. Rebound by Bynum. Bynum goes back to the basket, puts the shot up. That's no good. And the rebound is pulled in by Corona to Patterson. Bringing up the floor to Herrera. Then to the left wing, Corona. And he'll dribble it out, and they'll set up offensively. This has been an unusual game for the Tigers, as a left corner three on the way is up and no good. And Grinder will grab the rebound, give it to Hernandez. Jaden will push up the floor. Jaden working in the lane, finds Ochoa. And the low block on the right side, good feed from Hernandez. And Ochoa gets the bucket. 15-12, Alamogordo trails in the second. Patterson gets in the lane, he travels. Stopped and couldn't hold his pivot foot. Granados will check in for Jaden Hernandez. I think that's his first break of the game. Grinder, Herrera. Granados, Ochoa, Bynum on the floor for Alamogordo. Tigers right to left here in this first half. Down by 3. Bynum will give it to Ochoa. And to Bynum. Try to go to the middle of the floor and stolen away. Here's driving to the basket and laying it up and in. And then almost stealing it away, but the ball getting knocked out of bounds. I.T. Williams, I don't think that was a foul. I don't know, Alamo just, they don't seem to be finding the lanes to pass the basketball. Mayfield's not doing anything unusual. It's kind of a 2-on-2 three-quarter court press. Herrera's going to dribble right through it. Find Grinder. Grinder, quick shot. It's no good, but he gets the putback in. And 17-14 now. It'll be Herrera into the front court for Mayfield. Up by 3. 4.5 minutes to go second quarter. Corona left wing to Williams. Driving the lane and a kick out right corner. Herrera puts up a 3. It's no good. Rebound. Corona gets to it. Ball's going to be deflected out of bounds as him and Bynum are fighting for it along the baseline. And it's last off of Will's foot. And it'll be an inbounds for Mayfield's far sideline in the corner. As Covarrubia will inbounds. Covarrubia will send it all the way out towards the center circle to Herrera. As he takes there, gives it up to Corona. Now it's Williams. Ball at the right wing. And Herrera's got it between the circles. Back to Williams. Alamo in his zone. They go over to the corner with Covarrubia as they continue working on the outside. Herrera. Williams. Williams now to the right corner. Corona will give it to Covarrubia. Covarrubia back to Corona in the corner. 3:49 remaining. Tigers defense holding up so far. Ball over to the left corner. Williams has it. Williams gets into the lane. Jump stop. Ball over to the corner. Almost stolen away. Knocked out by Ochoa. Good defense by Alamogordo, not allowing Mayfield. I will say Mayfield hasn't been too aggressive to try to put up a shot. They've probably had, I'd say, 4 or 5 opportunities they could have put up something, but I think they want to limit the possessions a little bit in this game. Maybe more of their style. Inbounds to Williams. Right back Bryson Bloom's in the game for the first time for Alamogordo. And they work around to the corner. 3 on the way is no good. Grinder trying to get to the rebound. Ball's going to be knocked off of his hands out of bounds, so it's last off Mayfield. That was Covarrubia who missed the corner 3 for Mayfield. Jaden Hernandez checking into the game for Alamogordo. And it'll be Granados that checks out. So it ended up being a great possession for Alamogordo. Didn't allow any points. As Bynum's got it on the far sideline. Gives it up to Hernandez. Back to Bynum. Back to Hernandez as he gets in the front court. He's double teamed. Tried to feed a pass to Williams, or I should say to Herrera. It's knocked out of bounds by Williams. Alamo will keep possession. Hernandez will inbound with 3:16 to go in the second. Inbounds to Bynum, and Bynum easy lay-in as the Tigers for the first time really did a nice job on that inbounds. And a timeout going to be called by Mayfield. And it looks like a full timeout. 3:12 to go second quarter, and a full timeout on the floor. Tigers trailing by 1, 17-16 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll be back.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Mayfield basketball, 3:01 to go in the second quarter. They go left to right. Pass to the corner. Williams has his 3 blocked. Out of bounds by Grinder. As Walsh and Patterson come back in for the Trojans. Bryson, Ethan, Aaron, Jaden, and Will on the floor for Alamogordo. Our sideline inbounds as Patterson gets it. Sends it cross court to Herrera. Back to Patterson. Patterson at the left wing. Then back to Herrera. Herrera almost had the ball knocked away by Hernandez. Hernandez will track it down. Herrera will give it up to Patterson. Patterson at the left wing. Then stolen away by Hernandez. Hernandez all the way to the bucket. Lays it up and in. Jaden with his first field goal of the game. And Alamo leads 18-17. So I got to say, for Alamo, their top scorer just picked up his first bucket of the game. As a corner 3 is on the way, and no good. Rebound, though, grabbed by Herrera. Herrera will give it up to the baseline, and the jump shot is up and good. So a good answer there from Mayfield. But for Alamo to be as close as they are with their top scorer, not really getting going so far. Alamo breaks the pressure. Grinder finds Bynum. Corner 3 on the way, no good. The outside Alamo has been ice cold in this game. Walsh pushes up the floor himself. Walsh goes up with a tough shot and puts it in, and a foul called on Grinder. And so after Alamo takes the lead, not for the first time in this game, for the first time in a while, Mayfield comes right back with back-to-back buckets, and Walsh will try to finish up the three-point play. Does not. Bloom's got the rebound and gives it to Bynum. 21-18, Alamogordo trails as Hernandez gives it to Bynum. Bynum at the right wing with the basketball. 1:45 to go in the second. Bynum off a screen from Grinder. He's got it at the right elbow, right of the lane, gives it to Bloom. Bloom cuts baseline nicely, goes up with the shot. He's going to be fouled, and Bryson will go to the line to shoot 2. Call the foul on Gabriel Herrera. That was a nice drive from the corner by Bryson. And Bryson able to knock down the first free throw. 21-19, 1:37 to go in the second. Nate Best in the game. Ethan Grinder will check out. And Bloom will miss on the second. And the rebound grab by Mayfield. They lead by 2. Patterson in the backcourt. Hernandez right on him. Bynum and him pressuring. They find Walsh. Walsh with a good pass to Covarrubia, who gets the bucket underneath. Best will inbound to Hernandez. Hernandez gets the midcourt line. Cross-court pass finds Bynum. Bynum double-teamed. Tried to get it to Bloom. Pass too high. And now the Tigers again, after taking the lead, getting some positive momentum, unable to keep it going. And here comes the inbounds. Patterson will bring it into the front court, and Mayfield, after trailing by 1, have now pushed the lead out to 4. Patterson slow walking it into the front court. Walsh with it. Now at the top of the key, and now they give it to Covarrubia. Patterson at the left wing. Patterson looks to attack. Gets cut off. Back outside to Covarrubia. Covarrubia picks up his dribble. Corona in the corner puts up a 3. He puts it in. 26-19. Mayfield in front. Hernandez with the basketball. Works to the baseline. And he is double and triple teamed and turns it over. Here's Corona coming the other way. Corona to the basket. Puts it up and in. Shot is no good. Best picks up the foul. And just altogether, it's been kind of a poor first half for Alamo. I will continue to say that they should feel lucky that this is only a 7-point game. They just haven't had the offense going, and the turnovers have really racked up tonight. Free throw's good from Corona. And they've done a really nice job on Jaden Hernandez. They came over and triple-teamed him in the corner and just not letting him have a whole lot of room to work. And I don't think they're necessarily keying on him, but they're very aggressive defensively and are going to make you try to make a tough decision. Hernandez will bring it into the front court. Hand it off to Herrera. Aaron with the basketball, trying to drive in, has the ball knocked away from behind out of bounds. Tigers will keep it with 20.5 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. Inbounds for Hernandez. Jaden will get it to Aaron. Right back to Jaden in the corner. He'll fire up a 3. No good. Rebound, though, by Bynum. Bynum gets to the basket. Shot no good. Favela gets to the rebound. His shot no good. Favela again. Shot no good again. Bynum will get the rebound, and he puts it in with 5 seconds to go. 3 seconds remaining. And the Trojans, they're not going to get anything off. Well, like I said, I think the coaching staff and the team are going to feel like they did not play well in that first half. They're down by 7. If they can get it turned around, just the shot's not falling for them and the turnover is racking up. Can they get something figured out going into the second half? We will find out. So we'll take a break. Take it to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Stay with us. Tigers trail 28-21 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at oterofcu.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Use the equity in your home to finance your dreams. This is Leanne Bain from First National Bank. Plan those special vacations, those home improvements, and simply pay off those high interest rate bills. It's easy. Apply for your home equity line of credit today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Discover our great mortgage loan rates, our competitive closing costs on conventional, VA, FHA, and first-time home buyers. This is Deborah from First National Bank. Affordable solutions for the home you deserve.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all subject to credit approval.
Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Tigers are trailing 28-21. Ethan Grinder leading the Tigers with 6. Bynum's got 4, 3 for Jaden Hernandez, 2 each for Jacob Ochoa, Aaron Herrera, Matthew Granados, 1 for Julian Favela and Bryson Bloom. 10 points for Fernando Corona for Mayfield, 6 each for Homer Walsh and Christian Covarubia. And 4 points for Hector Gallegos, 2 points for Corey Patterson. Alamo seems to be a little, they're struggling with the full court, three-quarter court pressure that Mayfield is giving them. Lots of turnovers in that. They have had some buckets, but I think the turnovers and getting it into, once they get it across the half court, they get double-teamed and just not handling that ball pressure in their face. And that's unusual for Alamo. Most of the season when they've gone up against a team that has really been in their face like that, Tigers have, I feel like, done a good job handling it. So just kind of unusual. And credit Mayfield. I mean, they've played some really tough defense. And then throw on top of when Alamo has gotten looks. I mean, that last possession was a perfect example. I mean, just 4 or 5 point-blank chances, and Alamo thankfully did get the bucket at the end. But, I mean, it was super close to time running out and then not getting anything. It's just been that kind of game. They haven't hit a three, and they've had some decent open looks, and just, I think they'd be better served if they can attack the basket and get there, but, easier said than done. I mean, I think Mayfield has made it challenging for them to do that. They've closed down dribbling lanes and passing lanes really well, and like I said, I feel like Alamo should feel sort of fortunate for it to be 28-21, and it's definitely within reach. A hot start in the second half, you hit a couple of buckets. I mean, it's a one-possession game in a heartbeat, so it's one of those that if Alamo can get some momentum going offensively, cut down on the turnovers. I think they've rebounded okay tonight. Not bad. I think defensively in the half court, they've had some really nice possessions this evening. So it's honestly been when Mayfield gets in a transition, that's when Alamo's really been in trouble. And it's interesting, like Alamo will make a bucket, and they're not getting back and defending on the inbounds a lot of the time. And there have been 2 or 3 buckets that Mayfield is just taking advantage on Alamo, kind of sleeping a little bit. So I'm sure all things that the coaching staff is chatting about, they've still got a chance to win this basketball game. But got to hope that the buckets start falling a little bit more in the second half. And number one to me is just not giving up the basketball turnovers. If they can limit those in the second half, they've got a real good chance to win this game. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. And on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, the Tigers are trailing 28-21.
The Winner Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets, but I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there. To learn more, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at OteroFCU.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Alamogordo 28-21 trails on the Richardson Motor scoreboard to the Mayfield Trojans. Both teams back out of the locker room. Tigers in a huddle at their bench. And Coach Bowman with some final words. And I think just trying to fire his team up. I can't say that the intensity wasn't there, but, just sort of feels like I don't know necessarily the focus is the right word, but just the sharpness of the Tigers offensively hasn't been there as well as it has at many other times this season. So, we'll find out if they can get that going in the right direction going forward as the halftime clock runs out. Tigers will go with their starting five: Grinder, Favela, Herrera, Bynum, and Hernandez. The Trojans will have the basketball to begin the second half, as Corona, Covarrubia, Walsh, Gallegos, and Patterson on the floor. Tigers in their road blacks, Mayfield in their home whites, and Mayfield right to left here in the second half. Tigers will go left to right. Patterson guarded by Bynum, with Alamo down by 7. Patterson comes all the way to the right wing, goes up to the top of the key as Covarrubia hands it off to Walsh. Walsh in the corner, and then back outside. Ball goes over to the right corner. Corona gives it to Gallegos, who lost the basketball, but it went right to a teammate. And driving the baseline and kicking out to the corner. 3 on the way is up and good from Christian Covarrubia. So great offensive set there for Mayfield. They took a fair amount of time off the clock and knocked down a 3. Favela with the basketball, gives it to Bynum. Bynum, cross-court finds Hernandez. Tried to get it to Grinder. Grinder, ball was deflected by Walsh. Ethan tried to save it, and it goes out of bounds. Rather, he goes out of bounds with it. And here comes Mayfield into the front court. 7:08 to go in the fourth quarter. And Patterson backs up near the midcourt line. Patterson left of the lane, goes out to the corner, another three on the way, another one canned. And so the Trojans, they open up the half on the run and score 6 straight points. Tigers into the front court. Bynum has it at the left wing. Finds Hernandez top of the key. Now it's Herrera. He pump fakes the right wing, fakes a pass to the corner, and then lays it up and in. Aaron Herrera with the bucket. Mayfield quickly to the front court. Covarrubia to Corona at the left wing. Now finds Patterson. Tigers in a 2-3 zone, down by 11. 34-23, 6:29 to go in the fourth. Walsh pass to Covarrubia. He gets it back. Walsh drives the lane, goes up with the shot, and gets it up and in. Lead to 20, or should say to 13. Favela almost lost it, and then does lose it. Just threw it away. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Bowman. 30-second timeout. 6:08 to go in the fourth. And the Trojans 8-2 outscore the Tigers in the first 2 minutes of the quarter. You're listening to Tiger Basketball here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
36-23, 6:04 to go in the third. Patterson feeds it to Covarrubia. Covarrubia on the reverse is up and in. I'm sorry, Corona. 38-23, Mayfield, a 10-2 run here to begin the half. As Hernandez will bring it to the front court, give it to Bynum. This is what I talked about in the first half of Alamogordo feeling lucky that they were only down by 7. Mayfield offensively has been on fire, and the Tigers kind of doing the same things they were doing in the first half. Hernandez gets the ball at the baseline in the corner. 15, the biggest lead of the night for the Trojans. Hernandez gives it to Grinder. Grinder finds Bynum in the low block on the right side, and Will puts it up and in. 6 points for Bynum. Really nice feed there from Grinder. Pass that from the left wing to the low block on the right side. 38-25. Patterson will slow walk it into the front court with Bynum on him. Man-to-man defense now for Alamogordo. As Patterson looks to dribble but loses it, gets it over far sideline. Now driving right of the lane, and a pass just thrown to nowhere, but Alamogordo, nobody really paying attention there. That allowed Mayfield to get to it. Ball at the left wing and driving the lane. Gallegos to the basket, shot no good. And we've got a tie ball between Walsh and Bynum, and Alamogordo owns the possession arrow, so they'll get it. Herrera comes out, and Best comes in. Hernandez gets the inbounds, gives it back to Bynum. Back to Jaden, right back to Will. Tigers bring it in the front court. Will to the top of the key, and then backpedals. Picks up his dribble, looking for somebody to get it to. Now it's Hernandez. Ball in the corner. They give it to Best, who tries to post up. He loses his dribble, gives it to Jaden. Jaden right of the lane, fires up a jump shot, no good. Ball going to be deflected out of bounds, last off of Favela. And it'll be Mayfield basketball. 38-25 with 4:22 to go in the third quarter. Patterson gets the inbounds. Alamo with some pressure in the backcourt. Bynum hampering Patterson. Trojans to break it. Walsh goes to the corner. 3 on the way. No good. Rebound Favela. And Best tried to give it to Grinder, but it was off his leg. Best tries to get it in the front court. Patterson saves it. And deflection goes to Covarrubia. 3 on the way is no good. Rebound tip is no good. Walsh gets another rebound. Goes up with the shot. A foul going to be called on Best. Now that was a microcosm of the game there for the Tigers. Just kind of a, Alamo, 3 players in the backcourt, and the pass was kind of, unnecessary, I guess would be the way I'd describe it. Went off the leg of Grinder, and then it was just a scramble for the basketball as Walsh puts in the free throw. Ochoa coming into the game. And Best coming out. Favela, Hernandez, Bynum, and Grinder. Walsh makes both. He's into double figures with 10. Tigers down by 15, 40-25. Hernandez finds Bynum. Bynum with the basketball. Getting double teamed, finds Hernandez. Hernandez goes to Grinder, and he'll find Favela, who's wide open underneath. As they were very aggressive defensively. That time the Tigers made the right passes. Here's Patterson all the way to the basket and lays it in. Nobody picks him up. And that's what I talked about on transition. Alamogordo just not picking up players. Ochoa gets caught up in the air, and thankfully ball goes to Grinder. Here's Favela into the lane, finds Bynum. Right wing three on the way, and that's no good. Grinder grabs the rebound, put back. That is good. Ethan with 8. Tigers down 42-29 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 3:14 to go in the third, as Patterson has it in the backcourt. And they'll slow it down a little bit as they bring it across. It's that change of pace that I think has maybe affected the Tigers. Mayfield will race into the front court on some possessions and then slow walk it like that. Hernandez almost stole it away from Corona. Corona, though, keeps it. Goes to Walsh. Walsh to the basket. Shot no good. Tigers in transition the other way. Favela pushing up the floor himself. Favela all the way to the basket. Layup attempt is good. One of the better transition points for Alamogordo tonight. And now Patterson pushes quickly. Patterson comes to top of the key, but Bynum picks him up. Alamo down by 11. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. As Patterson dribbles out near midcourt. Gives it up to Herrera at the left wing. Top of the key, it's Covarrubia. Goes to Patterson in the right corner. Patterson tried to feed a bounce pass to Corona, but that's off the mark. Out of bounds it goes, and Alamogordo will get the possession. I'll tell you, the Tigers can get this to single digits before the end of the quarter. I think they'll feel okay about it because this one was real close to getting out of control. Bynum with a nice crossover dribble as he gets past Walsh and then feeds a cutting Grinder, who's in a double figures now with 10. That was all because of Bynum making a nice move out top. 42-33, 2:04 to go in the third quarter, and a timeout by Mayfield. Timeout on the floor, and it is a 30, it looks like. We'll take one as well. Tigers down by 9. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Looking to transform your home's exterior? Meet Rudy Ochoa. With years of experience in stucco, Rudy and his crew deliver quality craftsmanship and stunning flawless finishes. 575-442-6745.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Out of the timeout, Mayfield basketball, 42-33. They lead the Alamogordo Tigers, 2:04 to go in the third. And it'll be Grinder and Ochoa. Bynum, Hernandez, and Favela on the floor. Patterson, along with Corona and Herrera. Walsh and Williams. Patterson's got the basketball on the far side. Patterson will go to Williams. Williams left wing extended, goes out to the corner. Back to Williams. 1:43 remaining in the third. Patterson gets to the free throw line. Is cut off. Finds Walsh. Walsh out to the corner. Herrera back outside. And I think Mayfield is trying to draw some clock here just based on what they're doing offensively. And outside with it. Williams has got it. Williams goes to Walsh. Walsh drive the lane. Able to split the Tiger defenders right to the basket and lays it up and in. Almo's in a zone. That's one of those things that they should kind of be able to stop that with two players right there. And Walsh just dribbles right past him. Top of the key with it, it's Grinder. Favela, he'll fire up a three. Still, Tigers going begging there, and that'll go out of bounds. And it'll be Mayfield basketball. Tigers have not hit a three in this game. And they've definitely taken a decent amount. Inbounds goes to Patterson. Tigers trying to force a turnover in the backcourt, unable to do so. Get it across the timeline does Mayfield, and Corona knocks down the left wing three wide open as nobody came out to meet him. 47-33, Tigers are making inroads, and now find themselves down as Grinder puts up a low block shot from the right side. No good. Walsh pushing up the floor. Corona in the left corner. He gets cut off at the baseline. Goes outside to Patterson, or I should say Williams. Williams with a pull-up shot is no good. And then we've got a foul on the battle for the rebound, and I think they're going to get Grinder. And Mayfield will inbound at the baseline. Ethan second. 30.4 seconds remaining. And the inbounds will come out top to Williams. He'll give it right back to Patterson. And then Mayfield, I don't know if it's going to be too quick to try to put up a shot here. As Patterson has it over to the midcourt line on the far sideline. 16 seconds to go now with Ochoa guarding him. Walsh gets it out between the circles. 10 seconds to go. Walsh gets to the elbow. Kicks it to Corona, and then Patterson, who snuck into the lane, wide open. Nobody picked him up, and Patterson gets the easy lay-in. 1 second to go, and a toss-up by Hernandez, and an extremely rough third quarter as Mayfield outscores the Tigers 21-10, 21-12, and Alamo sees themselves down by 16 going to the final frame. You're listening to Tiger Basketball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230. 101.9.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at oterofcu.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Fourth quarter, the Tigers down by 16. Coach Bowman was very vocal in the huddle, trying to get his team fired up. Grinder top of the key, finds Hernandez. Hernandez drives baseline. Shot no good off the side of the backboard, and the rebound is pulled in by Williams. And Williams races into the front court at the left wing, stops, thought about taking three, instead backs it out, finds Corona, and now Herrera back to Patterson, who has it near midcourt. Tigers man-to-man defense. 7:32 to go in the game, but tell you what, Mayfield they've been the better side tonight. As Herrera almost able to, well, he did knock it away. He's trying to get the turnover as Gabriel Herrera lost it, and we'll see a sub for Mayfield as it'll be Gallegos coming in for Williams. And then Covarrubia comes back into the game, and that will be for Corona. 7:23 to go, fourth quarter. Now, the clock, as much as the scoreboard, becomes the issue for Alamo. They need to Sorry about that, folks. Fortunately, not sure when I dropped out there. It's 54-37 Mayfield. As their lead has been extended, up by 17. As the inbounds goes to Patterson. Patterson going to be bumped by Ochoa. Third team foul on Alamogordo. And subbing out is Ochoa. Granados will come in. But especially the second half has been all Mayfield. They called a carry on Patterson. Well, I guess what I would say is they got to start calling it against Alamogordo because it's not a whole lot different than what the carry is one of those things, where they palm it. Everybody does it. So now the Mayfield bench is yelling carry every time Alamogordo dribbles it. Grinder, give it up to Hernandez. 3 on the way. Again, no good. Herrera got to the rebound, puts the shot up. He's going to be fouled. It's no good, and I think he should be going to the line for 2. No, I'm going to say not a shooting foul. And we've got fighting for position along the right side of the lane here with 4:40 to go in the fourth, so the officials going to talk about it. Inbounds to Grinder. Grinder puts up a shot. Boy, a lot of contact there. Herrera gets the rebound and puts it up and in. 54-39. Now Tigers going to have to do something special over the final 4 minutes of this game and get some help. There is Corona into the lane, kicks it out. And that's the biggest thing, is Mayfield is going to be in no hurry to take shots. As Walsh drives the lane, goes up with the floater, no good. And Hernandez gets it up ahead to Bynum. Bynum misses on the lane attempt. And the putback is no good by Herrera. Tigers had numbers and unfortunately didn't come up with points there. Can't come up empty in that spot with now halfway to go here in this game in the fourth quarter. 3:55 to go. Tigers down by 15. Corona will bring it out towards the midcourt line. Almost had it knocked away by Grinder. Now it's Walsh with the basketball, guarded by Herrera. Finds Covarrubia. Covarrubia right to the basket. Shot no good. Bynum came across on some help defense. Good pass up ahead to Grinder, and Grinder gets the lay-in. Timeout called by Coach Bowman. 13-point game, 3:34 to go in the fourth. Tigers trying to make it interesting in the closing minutes. You're listening to Tiger Basketball at Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Is your loyalty to a big out-of-town bank or credit union costing you more than it should? When it comes to buying a home for your family, not all mortgage loans are the same. This is Deborah Romero, president of First National Bank. First National Bank is committed to showing you how you can save money by shopping for your next mortgage loan. Compare and save. We offer affordable mortgage options, including conventional, VA, FHA, first-time home buyers, or our home equity line of credit. Come visit with us today.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, all else subject to credit approval.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
.334 to go in the game. Tigers down 54-41. Herrera, Favela, Hernandez, Bynum, and Grinder on the floor. Tigers going to try to turn up the pressure a bit here and try to force some turnovers. As inbounds goes to Covarrubia. Corona's now got it the near sideline, and Mayfield breaks it pretty easily there. Ball outside as Corona dribbles. Herrera comes out to meet him. Hernandez almost got in front of a pass for Walsh. Ball goes over to the corner. 3 on the way is up and no good. Rebound is grabbed by Patterson as Herrera did his best to block out, but the angle of the rebound unfortunately came out too far. Patterson has the ball knocked away by Hernandez. Grinder gets the ball, now gives it to Jaden. Jaden top of the key. At the left elbow, fires up a jump shot and puts it in. Jaden Hernandez with 5 points, just his second field goal of the game, 54-43. 2:51 to go in the fourth. And almost a turnover. Yes, a turnover. Tigers come the other way. Favela with the basketball. Favela gives it to Grinder. Now it's Bynum at the right wing. Finds Hernandez. Jaden top of the key. Jaden finds Aaron. Herrera gives it back outside to Ethan. Now here's Jaden with it. Jaden fires up a right wing 3. That's no good. Rebound all the way to the corner and out of bounds. Oh, no, it doesn't go out of bounds. Herrera was trying to save it and ends up Patterson gets to it, and Patterson gets out of the corner. Timeout going to be called by Mayfield. And I think it's a 30. No, it's a full. So we'll take one as well. 54-43, Tigers trail with 2:13 to go on the Richardson Motor scoreboard in the fourth quarter, and we'll be back to Las Cruces right after this.
Join the fantastic team at Ochoa Stucco. Full-time positions, on-the-job training, and competitive pay. Start a career in construction. Message Ochoa Stucco on Facebook or call 575-442-6745 to schedule an interview.
Join Stand Up to Cancer and Jazz Pharmaceuticals to raise awareness of small cell lung cancer and accelerate the pace of research. Ask your healthcare provider about screening options that might be right for you or a loved one. Visit standuptocancer.org/lung to learn more.
(54-43), 2:13 to go in the fourth quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Mayfield called the timeout. Now, unfortunately for Alamo, they really could use some threes here in this point, and like I said, they still have not hit a three-pointer in this game, which is unusual for this team. They are I think, a really good three-point shooting team, and it has just been ice cold. Across the timeline with it comes Mayfield, and Covarubio go back outside to Corona, and Almo's going to have to chase here and get aggressive. Patterson finds Gallegos, then right back to Patterson. And Hernandez gets in there to foul. It'll be the fourth team foul. That's what Alamo probably needs to do, honestly, at this point, is start putting Mayfield at the line, because, Mayfield's going to be in no rush to shoot a shot here, nor should they, up by 11. And they, the Tigers, what they're doing in the half court hasn't really bothered them a whole lot. So Herrera's going to come in. Gallegos will check out for Mayfield. Tigers have Aaron Herrera, Matthew Granados, Ethan Grinder, and Jaden Hernandez. Ball comes across midcourt. Bounce pass to the corner where Corona would have had a wide open three, but passes up on it. Patterson, he'll give it up to Herrera. Herrera, they'll go to the corner, and Alamo just can't make anything happen here. They're either going to foul or have to. There's Patterson, finds a cutting Corona along the baseline. Corona just dribbles around and brings it outside with 1:23 remaining. Walsh just sort of shoves off Granados. And then an offensive foul as Walsh with the loose arm. And so the official was going to be looking for it after with Granados getting put off balance there. Ochoa and Bynum are going to come in. Granados checks out, so does Grinder. But for Mayfield, I know they ended up turning it over on the offensive foul, but that possession took a minute off the clock. As Herrera drives right of the lane and looks to go up with a shot. He's going to be fouled prior to that, and it'll be the fourth team foul on Mayfield. So Alamo is in the bonus the rest of the way. Hernandez to inbound. Gives it to Ochoa in the corner. Ochoa, double teamed, finds Favela. Favela working into the lane, goes up with a tough shot. They're going to call a foul, or not a foul, but a travel on Julian. And even 1 minute to go, looks like Mayfield's going to grab their first district win. And we talked about how much they needed this win after losing their first two last week, and they're going to get it. And for the Tigers, certainly not their best game. They've struggled tonight as Tigers turn it over. I think Alamo's looking at fouls. They got a break there. Here's Hernandez all the way to the basket and lays it up and in. 43 seconds left, and they've cut it to a 9-point game. Pass over the top, and Patterson was able to get to it before Favela. And Patterson will get the easy lay-in. He's got 8. And here comes Bynum with the ball at the left wing. He's going to fire up a 3. No good. Rebound. Favela gets to it. Favela with the putback. That's no good. Another putback. That's no good. Herrera gets to the rebound and tried to toss it back out, but was fouled in the process. And with 19.9 seconds to go, he'll go to the line with Tigers down by 11. And a timeout going to be called by Mayfield with 19.9 seconds remaining. And not really sure on the reason for the timeout. You're up by 11 with 20 seconds left, but I get it. I want to make sure you've got everything ready and set coming out of the fouls because it's a 3-possession game. You never know. We'll take a break. Tigers down by 11 with just 20 seconds left. And you're listening to Tiger Basketball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at oterofcu.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Aaron Herrera to the line with 19.9 seconds remaining. Alamo down 56-45 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. You know, a lot of things you can look at in this game for Alamogordo. At the end of the day, they just didn't shoot the ball very well tonight. And you throw in turnovers, and I think defensively didn't have their strongest effort as the free throw misses for Aaron. You can't really say it's one thing. Can't really, no way that you could point it to one person. It just, wasn't Alamogordo's night. And especially from the outside, felt like there was a lid on the basket as Herrera misses both free throws. 18 seconds remaining. Patterson coming up the floor, almost had it knocked away. And then he's going to be fouled with 13.6 remaining. I think with the late timeout, I'm not terribly surprised that Alamogordo fouled there. So I would expect Alamo, they're going to play right to the buzzer now. Whereas maybe not. Otherwise, I don't know. Probably would have done so anyway. Patterson going to shoot free throws, and he's going to make the first. But Mayfield came out in that third quarter and jumped out to a double-digit lead and never really let the Tigers get back into it. And a 13-point difference, and Mayfield going to get the win here. Into the front court with it. Hernandez at the left wing. He's going to fire up a 3. That's no good. And Patterson will slow dribble it, and good on Patterson and Corona. Walsh was in the front court, and he wanted to, throw down a dunk or something there in the closing seconds. And kudos to the Mayfield players for not doing that. If they had, no big deal. I mean, in a high school game, I wouldn't get worked up anyway, but I can understand, you get a chance to get a dunk in a varsity game. Always get excited about that. But, yeah, the Tigers will have a little bit of a I don't know if soul searching is the right word or what exactly they're going to want to do heading out of this game, but I think and I've watched all the games this year, that was the Tigers' toughest game. They struggled more tonight than I think they have at any point this season against anybody. So we'll try to bounce back. They're going to face maybe their toughest test of the year so far on Friday when they host Las Cruces. We will take a break and wrap it up here on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Your final score, 58-45. Mayfield gets the win over the Alamogordo Tigers. And you are listening to Tiger Basketball on Alamo Sports and Talk.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Hi, this is Deborah Romero, President and CEO of First National Bank. We take great pride in our Tiger student athletes. We wish them all the best and cheer them on as they compete this season. We recognize these outstanding athletes for their commitment on the track, court, and field. Their dedication is inspiring, and we celebrate their hard work and sportsmanship. Join us in supporting our Tigers. First National Bank has been your hometown community bank since 1956, proudly cheering on the Alamogordo Tigers every step of the way. Go Tigers!
Member FDIC.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
Transform your home with Ochoa Stucco. Whether it's a fresh look or a durable finish, their expert team delivers quality and style. Say goodbye to bland exteriors and hello to stunning curb appeal. Ochoa Stucco, always a flawless finish. 442-6745.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
New year, new score, new you. Start 2026 with confidence because your credit score matters. At OFCU, we make it easy to check, improve, set goals, and take control of your financial future with Credit Score. Enroll online in the digital banking app or at oterofcu.org today and make this the year you shine. A better credit score means a better you. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Our success is our success. We belong to you.
Welcome back to Mayfield High School. Alamogordo falls 58-45 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And you're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Tigers leading scorer tonight, Ethan Grinder with 12. 8 points for Aaron Herrera. 7 points for Jaden Hernandez. 6 points for Will Bynum. 5 for Julian Favela. 2 points for Jacob Ochoa and Matthew Granados. And 1 point for Bryson Bloom tonight. On the other side for Mayfield, Homer Walsh, 12, 14, 17 points tonight. Fernando Cordona had 15. 12 for Christian Covarrubia. Corey Patterson finished with 10. Hector Gallegos had 4 points this evening. I mean, a number of things that you can look at for the Tigers. You know, in the first half, it was turnovers and poor shooting. Second half, the poor shooting unfortunately continued. Alamo finished with about the same in each half, right around 20 points. 21 in the first half, 22 in the second half. I think that's right. Yeah. And so just never could really get the offense in gear tonight. And, you know, defensively, you know, at times they played really well, but Mayfield was super patient with the basketball. That was another thing. They got the lead and were able to draw some time at a lot of occasions throughout the game. And that's, you know, they did a good job of it. They didn't turn the ball over nearly as much. And then, you know, at times they were really aggressive, and, you know, that change of pace and change of gear gave Alamo some problems. They were at times just not prepared for it, and they handled Alamogordo's pressure well. Alamo did not handle Mayfield's pressure well. Rebounding really wasn't an issue in the game, honestly. I thought both teams had their fair share of offensive boards, and both teams rebounded pretty well defensively. But Mayfield hit their shots, didn't commit as many mistakes, and Alamo did not make a three in this game, which I'm sure that's the first time this season that's happened. So you're gonna have these games every now and then. It's how you bounce back from it, and the challenge obviously for Alamogordo obviously is that they play a super tough team on Friday, and how they handle coming off a game that this was a winnable game, just like every time they play Mayfield and Centennial and Oregon Mountain, and all three of those matchups, both teams are going to go into it and feel like, hey, if we play our best, we can win. And this was a night where I won't say Mayfield played their best. I haven't seen them play all season long, but they played well, and Alamo just didn't quite have it tonight. So we'll see what they can do on Friday. Cruces is going to be a big time challenge. We'll see what happens. 7:00 tip off at the Tiger Pit. Some other finals tonight: 38-22. The Alamogordo girls lost to Mayfield this evening. Let me see if I can grab the stats for the Lady Tigers. Looks like Maddie Flores led the Lady Tigers. She had 4, 6, 8, 9 tonight. Mariah Allen had 6 for Alamogordo. So that was their 2 leading scorers this evening. And they'll be at Las Cruces coming up on Friday. The Cloudcroft girls got the win tonight against Mesilla Valley Christian, 67-26, I believe, the final. Or 67-28, I'm sorry, is the final score there. And looks like Maitland Barnett led them in scoring tonight. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23 for her tonight. So really good effort for Maitland Barnett this evening. All right, that's going to do it for broadcast. I don't have a final for you on the Cloudcroft boys against Mesilla Valley Christian. They started at 7:30, so they're probably not done quite yet. We'll talk to you guys on Friday. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show. Richardson Motor scoreboard final, 58-45. Mayfield gets the win this evening. And thanks to our other sponsors as well, the Winner's Circle, First National Bank, and Ochoa Stucco. Thanks for tuning in to Tiger Basketball on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night.
Brown Bag Deli takes pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable taste. Stop by today and experience the difference their Boar's Head meats and quality cheeses make. Whether you're in the mood for a sandwich or a salad, Brown Bag Deli makes everything fresh and packed with flavor. Head on over to Brown Bag Deli at 9th and Washington for your next meal, or call for convenient takeout. Brown Bag Deli.